Well, it is a beautiful afternoon out there. A great day to go out and do some hiking or an afternoon barbecue. And here's a look outside Columbiana where those clouds are breaking up and now sunshine peeking through. I know when we started the day, it was very, very gloomy out there, even a little bit of fog this morning. But then as the day went on, those clouds broke up and we'll hopefully see a nice sunset. Today, also some beautiful temperatures. We only hit a high of 75 degrees. Of course, this is the second day of June and we're right around average. May ended with some hot weather, so hopefully this start to June is making you feel a little bit more comfortable if you weren't a fan of those 80-some degree days that we had last week. And over this week, we'll continue to be in the 70s for much of the week, so that'll be a nice little treat. Also today, it's a lot less humid right now than we were yesterday at this time. Humidity is at 73%. Now yesterday at this time we were in the 90s for our humidity, the 90%, so it was very, very sticky. And then even this morning, a lot of high humidity. This afternoon, feeling a bit more comfortable out there. Still a little bit humid, but we'll take what we can get. And then overnight tonight, we'll be dropping down into the upper 50s. We'll stay dry overnight with some breaks in those clouds as well. And then tomorrow we'll start the day dry. So if you want to do some outdoor activities, you want to do it in the morning because we'll heat up to a high of 77 degrees tomorrow. So very nice, comfortable temperatures. But in the afternoon, we're going to start to see a chance for some showers. So we can just take a look at how this is going to play out tomorrow on our Futurecast. In the morning, starting off with some clouds, but fairly dry for the most part, but then as we go through the day, that's when we see that front starting to move through there. And then after lunchtime, that's when we're going to start seeing our chances for rain increase. So around 2 o'clock, that's really when we're looking at this rain starting on the front edge of the system. Along with that, it's also going to be pretty windy, so we're going to get some gusty winds as this pushes through, and then some rain and some storms possible as well. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. It might ruin some of your dinner plans, but then hopefully by a little bit after dinner, we're going to clear up and then have a nice dry night to end your Sunday. And then behind that front, we're going to get some much cooler air. So the beginning of the work week is going to feel great. We're going to have temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s for the first half of the week. And your Monday will be fairly dry, maybe a slight chance for a residual shower on the back edge of that early on in the day. And then Tuesday, a chance for some rain, but the rest of the week looking pretty good out there. By Thursday and Friday, need to grab the sunglasses again.
AJ, after last week, I feel like these temperatures today are cold compared to that heat wave.
Yeah, no, I had a sweater on today, but I like these temperatures. I don't know who's with me, but
I don't. Thanks, AJ. Just ahead, there's still time to join in on the afternoon.
Welcome back. Our radar is finally starting to look a little bit more friendly. Earlier today, we had lots of storms moving through. Now just a little bit of scattered showers, and most of those are moving east into Pennsylvania right now. But earlier, the storms that moved through produced some hail, some gusty winds, and some very heavy rain as well. So spots up near Kinsman, we're registering almost 3 inches. That's very isolated pockets where there was some very heavy downpour. Over in Lawrence County, right on the border of Mercer and Lawrence County, about 2.3 inches is what we're registering as well. Now those are what we're getting on our rain totals here. Those are not confirmed officially yet, but we can see there was a lot of rain out there in general from these storms. So here's a picture from West Middlesex. Lots of flooding, and this is sent in from someone's front yard. Looks like a lake there with a little island in the middle. And that was generally the theme with some of these cells, is they dropped lots of rain very quickly. So up near Kinsman, there was actually a flood advisory until 9:15 tonight because they got so much rain up there as well. Now most of that rain again is off to our east, so things can finally start to dry out. Some good news with these storms, they did bring lots of rain, but they also ushered in a little bit of cooler air. So we can see right here where those temperatures drop off, that's where that first round of storms started to move through. We dropped down to 70 degrees. Jumped up a little bit, but now we're back down into the 60s across much of the area. So 71 is our warmest point in Youngstown, but aside from that, just the upper 60s right now. We'll continue to cool down overnight, dropping down to a low of 61 degrees. So pretty pleasant tonight. Again, a slight chance for an isolated shower here or there, but then we'll be drying out for Saturday morning. So some clouds to start off the day, but then as we go later into the day, those clouds will start to clear up. So by lunchtime, starting to get a few breaks here and there, and then hopefully by sunset we'll be all cleared out and we'll have highs in the mid 70s tomorrow. So feeling a lot nicer out there. And then After those clouds start to move out, start to move back in for Sunday morning, so starting to get a little bit more clouds there, and then going into Sunday afternoon, that's when we're going to see our next chance for rain as the second line of storms moves through in front of another cold front. Some good news though, with this line of storms, again, it's a cold front, so more cooler air moving in. So here's a look at your 7-day. The work week is going to be gorgeous. So we're going to have those temperatures back near where we should be for this time of year in the low 70s. We're going to stay pretty dry for much of the work week. The second half, we'll get some more sunshine and we will be back to some cool weather with temperatures in the 80s to end the week. Leslie?
Thanks, AJ. Just ahead, could bad news be making you sick?
Well, while those of you in Columbiana and Mahoning County probably had a dry evening, up in Trumbull and Mercer County, some storms moved through earlier today. And though they had to have the umbrella, those storms also produced some really nice pictures here. So this was taken by Rich Reed. This is over near Sandy Lake in Pennsylvania. A beautiful shot of a rainbow after these storms moved through. You can actually, it's really hard to see on here, but there's actually a little faded second rainbow above this. So even though some bad storms earlier, some beautiful pictures from this. And the system that produced these storms now has moved off to the east, but that had produced some strong winds and some hail even as it moved through earlier. Now we're pretty dry in the valley, just a little bit of a pop-up over near Akron to our west, so we do have a chance to see an isolated shower or storm over the next few hours, but if we do see one, it will be very brief. So there's some good news there. Also, those temperatures cooled down quite a bit. We're at 75 right now in Youngstown, even in the 60s up in northern Trumbull County. And though the temperatures are a little bit cooler, it's very muggy out there. So on our map of these relative humidities, we're actually one of the highest here, so 93%. It is feeling like Florida out there. Only a place that's higher than us on this map right now is over in Pennsylvania. So very, very muggy night. We will drop down to a low of 68 degrees, but again, it's going to stay humid. We may get a shower or two early on tonight, but then going into Friday morning, things will dry up. Along with the showers though, as we go into the morning, we may see a little bit of fog developing. So though the rain's moving out, it's going to stay humid, and then early on your commute tomorrow morning, there could be some patchy fog. Our futurecast showing limited visibility early, but then that will clear up and we'll heat up to a high of 81 degrees tomorrow. And as I said, in the morning, we will start out dry, so just some cloud cover here to start out your Friday, but then going later into the day, same thing as today, that chance for rain increases in the afternoon. So about 2 p.m., that's when we're looking at some storms firing up, and those could last through about dinner time, and then we'll dry up for Friday night. And then the weekend will start out with some pretty dry conditions as well. So here's a look at the next 7 days. Again, your Saturday, pretty dry there. Temperatures in the 70s. Sunday, we will have another chance for some storms in the afternoon, but following those storms, to start your work week, temperatures finally near those seasonal averages again in the low 70s. Leslie?
Thanks, AJ. Just ahead, 46 graduate